Hey Alec, what are you doing?
I just picked up all these old LOB cards because we opened up a lot of it, and I'm. I thought sorting it would be simpler than what it ended up being, but I didn't realize just how many types of monsters there are in this game. Because they had to pretty much print every type they could in the very first set because they said that they had them, so they had to make them. But this is actually kind of nuts. At this point, you'll probably notice that Paul and I have done duels with LOB. And the issue with LOB deck building was, contrary to how we might want to build decks currently, you don't have a predominant theme here. It is all over the place. And you want to use your Yamis, you want to use your Yumis, you want to use Wasteland. So you're like, okay, well, what are my good fiends and spellcasters? What are my good fish, sea serpent, thunder, and aqua? And you'll quickly notice your best cards are not the same type as each other, and it's extremely diverse. I'm actually missing still quite a few from this table right now.
Yeah, those are
But
the ones I guess we use in our deck.
just from looking at this here, we have a sea serpent, an aqua, a fish. Uh, what makes a fish different from an aqua? I'm not 100% sure, especially given that this says armored star fish,
And yet it's like an
but
aqua.
it's an aqua. Now, Misai Ruzame, that's a fish. Hey, I'm with you on that. But then you have Enchanting Mermaid. This is a fish. Oh, wait, no, he's two down. The Furious Sea King, though, is an aqua. And I don't know why they made the difference. I don't think it was for a gameplay reason yet, especially given the fact that the Furious Sea King has 800 attack and 700 defense, meaning he's too weak to be used. I don't even.
That's another thing with this set is like the attack and defense points are just so low on some things. And like even with, field spell boosts, it's like drooling lizard, right? Like can't get he can never really get like really strong enough to or like, meta bat. It's like 800, 400. So even if you use it with what is he, a fiend?
Yeah, he's a fiend, so he's a
So
Yami.
like with a Yami, I mean he's still only gonna be like 1,000. It's just
It's so weak when there are monsters with native stats significantly higher than that. I mean, just Tripwire Beast at 1200, but some of the ones we don't have here: Skull Red Bird, Uraby. Actually, I do have an Uraby in here. Skull Red Bird, 1550. Uraby, 1500.
they're easily the best level fours.
Like
Also Beaver Warrior, 1,500 defense.
Beaver Warrior with 1200 attack, 1500 defense. Drooling Lizard can't clean his claws. Drooling Lizard has no place in a game where Uraby exists. Now, one thing that is cool that we don't have anymore in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it does correspond to the level, for the most part. A level 2 is seemingly always weaker than a level 3, and a level 3 is seemingly always weaker than a level 4. It gets a little bit murky with some of our level 5s, but it does still hold true even here. Actually, no, it doesn't. Because Steel Ogre Grotto number 1 has less attack than Uraby. But in total stats, it is bigger than Uraby. So, kind of
Yeah.
works. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, sometimes your strongest monster is a level 1, and that's less so its attack and more so its effect. As you can see here, I don't have any effects. There's not an effect on this. And
Let me go grab the defense position monsters real quick. Like the
Alright.
ones with 2K. Hold up. You can chat with the people. Here, you hold it.
All right, cool.
I'll be right back.
We're gonna keep talking, guys. So while he's doing that, check out what they also give you a ton of: fusion monsters. Just so many fusions, and everyone knows fusion monsters require the two listed monsters and polymerization to make them. My issue with them is oftentimes, in this set specifically, their stats are so low it is not worth your time to make them. If I can get this thing to focus. There we go. Like Flower Wolf is probably the best of your fusions with 1800 attack and 1400 defense. And it has pretty decent fusion materials. It takes Silver Fang, who has 1200 attack. I don't have him here, but Silverfang has 1200 attack, and Dark World Thorns, I think, is also 1200 attack. So, Flower Wolf, not bad. Fusionist, horrible. It has 900. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, these are interesting. So I guess I'll chat to the camera now. Hi, I'm Paul, by the way. Didn't know. Yeah, so something that we were looking at with like the defense monsters or whatever in the set. There's several monsters that have 2,000 defense. I want to say I really like how they're all rares. Like, because it sort of makes sense that like if you pull a rare, it should have like significantly higher stats than other things. But it kind of, these make or ruin the metagame of LOB because like they all have 2k defense and none of these monsters have a hope of swinging over them. Like even single tribute monsters, like I think the strongest single tribute monster, it's not on
Succubus Knight.
It's Succubus Knight, which we don't have like sitting here right now, but it has 1650 attack. Next strongest is like Spike Seedra at 1600. But the thing is, even with like the field spell boost, that gets to like 1850. And then maybe if you have an equip spell and a field spell boost, then like I suppose, then you could get over these. But like these really determine everything. And it's weird to me that Giant Soldier of Stone has like the highest attack of, like they gave him 1300 attack, which is really respectable for a 2k defender. So it's like, I feel like this is the best monster.
It also breaks the rule of the level 3 monsters being weaker than level 4s.
That's also true. It's level 3 and it's got literally better stats than these two. The other one I think is Mystical Elf that's in here, but she also only has like 800 attack, so.
But it's a Yugi card, so.
Yeah, maybe it's just because it's Yugi. I just thought that was kind of a neat. LOB is such a weird set.
Yeah, and there's so many little insights that ultimately don't really matter anymore. But it's just cool to take a second and look at what the first set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Looked like, the cards, and kind of ponder card design. Once again, Fusionists, though. Why? What were they thinking?
Oh, okay, so here's a fun fact. There are no face-up trap cards in this set. Remove trap only destroys a face-up trap on the field.
And it was not errata like I thought.
And unless like I'm missing something and someone can correct me on this, there was not a face-up trap card that would exist at the time. I guess maybe in the starter decks, but there is not one in this set. So this card has zero purpose. We were doing like, little draft duels with this set, and it's just like, I want to run remove trap like for spell trap removal, but it can only so I don't know. I don't know how to make like D-spell where it like hits the face down card, and if it's not a trap, it just wouldn't.
Nope, that was not there.
Well, there's one other thing I wanted to say too. Where's the thing with the artwork that's like gets flipped? Which one's
Artwork that gets flipped? What you mean?
The two-mouth Dark Ruler.
Oh.
Where is he?
He's a, two-mouth Dark Ruler.
Yeah. So, you should know. You know all about it. You play Thunder Dragons.
Yeah, so two-mouth Dark Ruler is a level 3 Earth dinosaur. But you might be familiar with its artwork because there is, what is it called? Twin Thunder Dragon? Or
like Twin-headed Thunder Dragon?
Twin-headed Thunder Dragon, which is a fusion between two Thunder Dragons. And it's a dragon, but it has the same artwork. It's a dragon, and
the artwork's just flipped. And it's like red or something instead of green. It's very weird.
It makes absolutely no sense. Though I say, and people might disagree with me, this was a precursor or a prototype for Slifer the Sky Dragon. It even says it's a dinosaur with 2 deadly jaws. It stores electricity in its horns and releases high voltage bolts from the mouth on its back. Doesn't that sound a little familiar? A whole two-mouth thing going. One mouth does one thing, another mouth does another. Come on, y'all. If you're a fan of Slifer the Sky Dragon, then you're a fan of two-mouthed Dark Ruler. Though he's Earth and not Dark, and even though it says it's Thunder, he is not Thunder. He's a dinosaur, and his retrain is a dragon.
Yeah, LB is weird.